we've been super focused on how we're navigating the impact of COVID-19 on our community and the educational landscape broadly. And so we've been really riding these two tensions, the tension between socio-emotional learning support for all of our community, as well as maintaining high expectations for ourselves and for our students. On the social emotional side, I really would encourage, as we've been talking a lot about the increases in case counts, would just encourage parents to be really highly communicative with your schools. We're encouraging our parents to do the same. If COVID is having an impact, even if you're virtual, we know that when the COVID virus affects a home, it disrupts everybody's life. And so we want to make sure we know and can be sensitive to the needs that are happening, in our families. So I encourage you to make sure that you're communicating with your child's school. We also know that teachers are facing fatigue, parents are facing fatigue, students are facing fatigue. And so we're digging a lot into how we continue to create community in our virtual spaces so that we remind each other that we're not alone. In fact, we're all in this together. We're going to get to the other side of it together. On the side of high expectations, this was mentioned earlier, we are seeing the impact of shoddy Wi-Fi services. We're bringing in laptops to distribute laptops for repair and things of that nature. So we're also making sure we're communicating with our families what's changing in the tools that we're using to provide virtual instruction to families. And in the cases where there's in-person, what are some changes that might be navigating that could be getting in the way? So I can't stress enough, it's about communication, communication, communication. We are all here to serve. Again, we're in this together. And the more that we know, the more we can bend and pivot. As we look ahead, because we're just wrapping up the first quarter of school, we're going to continue. I think it's incumbent upon schools to continue to examine our practices in the virtual space, be responsive to the needs of our families, and making sure that we're utilizing as much of the time that we have with our kids to reach their maximum success academically.
The one question that we've got is, we know we got the word today that the Detroit Public Schools Community District is going fully virtual until January 11th. Are you anticipating your schools or other charters taking a similar measure?
Absolutely. We were one of the school systems that started virtual, and we were actually in the process of finding a path to in-person when the case count started going up. So you have schools that are set on this continuum of in-person, hybrid, virtual. I do anticipate most of our schools, if not all, will start to move to complete virtual in the face of this increased case count.
You can find more at onedetroitpbs.org or subscribe to our social media channels and sign up for our One Detroit newsletter.